Alright, hello everyone. For this video we're going to be making the lid. I'll come over here. I'm going to be making the lid. I'm going to be making the base panel that slots into all of these guys. Find the mate, restrict it. Yes, press it. You might be able to see. Yeah, so that panel goes into those little slots in there. As you can see, when it comes out, it actually phases through that material. When I unsuppress, it will lock in. So I'm going to make that panel that will slot into those guys so hypothetically, when we actually make it, I'm going to put it around that panel and then clamp it in, and then we'll glue it all up. So let's go into our part studio. I'll unhide everything so you remember where we're up to. And I did forget in our last video to do these little slots on these and these side panels, I mean. But that's all right. Just remind us where we're up to. So let's hide some panels. Hide the sides and hide one of those. Come to this face and remember we want to stop short of this guy here. So let's do our sketch. And let's act as if we're coming in from the side anyways. So construction line. And going to go in from here, and remember how we extruded our slot 5 mil in. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a line from the outside edge, 10 mil, and then from here to that edge is 5 mil. So I can go, and my slot also starts 5 mil up, so I go 5 mil up, enter. And then we want to go solid lines. Go all the way. Oh, let's stop a little short. Never mind. We'll just do it on the other side too. Don't want to have to double handle. So 10 mil in, 10, enter, and then 5 mil up. Nice and straight. Remember, those yellow lines are so important to be remembering. 3 mil up. Oh, up there. 3 mil up. 3, enter, and then all the way across to make sure that line's nice and yellow, and then we want to make it so that it's in line with that. So I come down the point and then the dotted line appears and then boom, that's perfectly straight, and then we have our slot. So that was how easy that was. Let's tick it, let's select it, and let's extrude it, remove it, and then we're going 5 mil into our shape, and then it's actually already removing for us. So tick. You can see it has removed it. It looks, because it's grey, it's harder to tell, but you can see it's removed it. Yeah, there you go, there's the shadowing. So now let's hide this part and do the other side. Now remember, this is the inside face, right? So if that appears, I'm going to do the face that connects up to the edge face of that part as well. So let's hide this guy again. Select that face, start a sketch, left face, and then do the exact same process. It's the exact same thing. So construction lines, 10 mil in, enter, 5 mil up, enter, 10 mil in, enter, 5 mil up, enter, unconstruction line it, and then all the way across, 3 mil up, make that 3 mil, and then drop it across. So go to that little dot, drag it so that everything's yellow essentially. And that makes sure everything's straight, and then we're good. Select that sketch, extrude it, remove it, 5 mil, sorry, and then just so we know that we're not removing empty space, check it, and then you're good. Remember, you can change the direction with that little black arrow. So now, when I look at all my parts, you can see, and I'll hide one of them, you can see my edges are going all the way around, and they're at the same height. They feed into each other. There you go. So now let's create the base panel, I reckon. And we can do that on the bottom, of course. So let's unhide him. So let's do a sketch on this bottom face. And I'm going to do a big corner rectangle around the edges. This may or may not mean anything. And then I'm going to do some construction lines. And what I'll do is I'll go from this edge, I'll go 5 mil in, enter, and then I'll go 5 mil up, enter, and then that'll allow me to go all the way across, and then in line with that, okay, and then I'll go to the other bottom corner, leaving the construction lines on, and then I'll go 5 mil in, enter, and then 5 mil down, enter. And then hopefully if I go corner rectangle from this corner to that corner, oh, I don't want to do construction lines, sorry. Then yes, it is a perfectly 5 mil perimeter, 5 mil excess, or yeah, 5 mil excess on around the entire shape. Right? So from corner to corner is the easiest way to do that. Lovely. So you can actually see that that's gone 5 million all the way around. So it's 320 by 200 in my situation. But if your box is overall smaller, then it will change. So that was a really easy part. If I might cut the outside shape that I did because that's for the top instead of the base panel. But yeah, that's good to go to be extruded. So I'll tick that. Now, I don't know why, but it doesn't select the strip here. So I'm going to select that face and then that face as well. And then we can extrude it, which is everything you need in there. And because it's merging parts anyways, it's not like it matters because they'll end up as the same part anyways. It doesn't matter that we have two sketches in there, but they're the same sketch really. So what I'll do is I'll actually offset it so that it's a bit further away from our part. So the default is 25 mil offset, so you can leave that if you want, or you can change it to further, 50 mil, be a bit further down. And then I want it to be 3 mil depth. Okay, so tick, and then we have our 3 mil little panel there. All right. So now on the top face, I'm going to do another sketch for our top panel. And remember, this is subject to you, whatever you want to do. You might not want the pressure fit. You might want a hinged top. And it's totally up to you. And it's a similar process. So it shouldn't be too much of an issue in terms of translatability of this into what you want to do. So I'm going to draw my corner rectangle all the way around. Remember, you don't want center point rectangle selected. And then I'm going to draw another corner rectangle on the inside faces. And that's it. That was the difficulty of that sketch. So if I come around to here, and what I'll do is I'll select that inside face first. I'll extrude it. And I'm going to go down 5 mil. So I'm pretending that, so right now it's going up 5 mil. I'm going to change the direction to go down 5 mil. It's pretending that it's right on top of these surfaces. So we just want to make sure that we're doing a new part for that one. And I'll name this base plate later. So, yep, that 5 mil is fine, and then go tick to that extrusion. And then we want to select that outside sketch, number 10, and deselect. Okay. Maybe you need to redo the rectangle. But if I deselect everything, yeah, it kind of doesn't come up, does it? If I go 1, that's alright. Let's just redo the sketch. So tick on that panel is fine, on that plane, corner rectangle, all the way across, and then tick it. And then sketch number 11 is going to be extruded. And we're going to add it to part 6. Alright, that's really important. So go add, and then you actually have to choose what part you're adding it to. So merge scope means we want to merge it with something, and part 6 is the thing we want to merge it with. So if I hide everything, you'll see if I come to this underside, it's coming in 5 mil, and then the top section is the exact same color. Okay, so if they're the same color, it means that that's good. If there's other parts that are similar colors, like this base plate, then you can actually change the color, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. So let's add it. 10 mil is fine. Tick it. Right, so they're the same color, and this one's actually different anyway. So if I right click on part 6, we'll pull out the top lid, enter, and then come to part 5, we'll call that base plate, enter. Cool. So now if I make everything else visible by selecting the eyeballs, how are we going in terms of colours? Pretty good actually. Let's make the two sides the same colour. Let's make him, which is the dovetail. So right click on him, then go into edit appearance, and then you get to choose the colour. And I want the same colour as that one, which it is. So tick it. I believe also, just so you have the capability, I don't usually like telling people this because they tend to spend an hour just looking at the colours when it's really irrelevant. You can kind of change the coarseness of it and stuff like that. We got a mixer in here, so you can really have a play. But yeah, just leave it really. It's not that important. I'll just make it so it's that same colour. But you don't really see the coarseness. Cool. Anyways, they're actually slightly different. So now we've made all of our parts. Now we can start the assembly. So I'll stop this recording and then we'll look at